can you maybe tell us who are you and where are we here?
My name is Gashaw Kinfe, and we're here at my coffee estate plantation, which the size is like 618 hectares, which is about 1,525 acres. And what I do here is try to produce and market best possible the special coffee to the world market, to the consumers in the United States, especially in Europe.
Tell us a little bit about your own history. So, because you live in the US, and how did you get back to Ethiopia?
After living in the United States for about 20 years, I came back to Ethiopia to visit my family, and things were cool then. After, when I came back, things were like in a better shape than they were before I left. So my father, who is a farmer, really encouraged me to stay here and continue on his work, which was mostly producing cotton and sesame seed in northern Ethiopia. But I didn't like the climate there, and sesame seeds and cotton plantation don't like trees, so we have to cut so many trees and probably damage the ecos. I didn't believe that, so I had to find other places in southern Ethiopia, very dense forest, and the ecosystem is very suitable to plant coffee than anything else. So that led me to plant coffee trees which are still abundant in the natural forest without damaging the ecosystem or the environment. I started growing coffee.
What's your philosophy here at your farm? Tell us about your farming philosophy.
My farming philosophy is, I will say it again, to grow coffee without damaging the ecosystem, and to help the farmers around who have been doing the same thing for so many years without any change or any improvement into their life. So I want to help them and myself to have a better education in life.
What do you like most about your own farm? When you walk here in the morning or in the evening, what do you enjoy most?
I enjoy most the cleanness of the air, and what you see around you is just beautiful trees, beautiful flowers, and the birds, and the nature itself is like mind-blowing. The landscape and the streams flowing very clean water, like in any direction wherever you go. It's like never expected that exist, to be honest to you, anywhere in the world. But now just living that in that environment and sometimes thinking it is mine is mind-blowing.
Gasha, tell me about the Gesha coffee variety that you have here. What has been your experience with it?
The Geisha variety is it's very interesting coffee variety. It is good around here. It produces beans from the day you plant it, like in 2 years, which is very unusual. And it has as a coffee drinker all my life, it has very unique and interesting and very satisfying flavor. And besides that, but the coffee plant itself is very hard to maintain. it needs so much care, and when you really take care of it, the coffee plant, it really grows so high. Sometimes for the coffee pickers, it's very, very hard to pick the coffee beans. And plus in our area, this coffee plant seems very, very happy.
So how have you been approaching this? You've been getting some help from outsiders, or how does that work?
The help I'm getting is on training the farmers, and including myself. I get help from Willem Boot of San Francisco and USAID, training the farmers and how to take care of their coffee plants from the beginning, from planting to all the way to exporting. Most of the farmers used to do their things the old way, traditional way of after they picking their coffee, they just put the red cherries like for 3-4 days, sometimes even for 5 days in a bag, and they take it out whenever they want to dry it, and they sell it the way it is, and that coffee was usually wasted. Very, very bad way of preparing coffee, and it's like they destroy the coffee that way, is that they could have, if they do it in a better way, they could have made more money and changed their life. Now with, like I said before, with Mr. Willem Boot and USAID, with the training we have, we're going to collect and teach them how to take care of the very plant first, and pick only the red cherries and get it to dry as soon as possible. Or bring it to us, so where we can dry the coffee on raised bed.
Tell me what you did with the farmers to show them better drying practices. So where did you start? What steps did you follow?
The beginning of this year, I showed them how to dry their coffee on a raised bed instead of just drying it on the soil. For that purpose, what I did is I gave some of the farmers the chicken wire and the other covering supplies to do it themselves. To the others who don't want to do it, they can bring the coffee to us and show them, and we do it in our estate. We dry the coffee, and sometimes they come over and they help us. At the same time, they learn how to prepare a good coffee, specialty coffee.
You actually have been exporting yourself to the US, to a well-known importer. Now you're starting to work with outgrowers, and so how do you see that financial model? So how can you get the extra value you generate back into the hands of the farmers here?
The way I planned that is, since I already have been exporting my coffee to the United States, to Royal Coffee, and usually before we export the coffee, we get the contract. And the way I'm planning, I wanted to do it with the farmers, as soon as I get the contract, I'm going to bring the contract and show them for how much that coffee is sold. So they will be able to see for how much their coffee is sold, and by how much coffee they brought to our site, which means by the weight. So they will share the profit for how much they brought, and they will see it, and it's really very clean, and they will see the contract, and they will see how much their coffee is sold, and we're going to take our expense in the transportation and the bags and all that stuff come with it, and they'll share the profit.
So tell me about, why do you do all of this? Because you seem to take care a lot for the people that you work with and for the environment. I see this beautiful farm around us. So what's your personal commitment to do this?
My personal commitment is on this world. I believe each one of us, if we do something to this planet Earth, we can improve without or live a good life, all of us, for generations to come. And if we don't do something and if we just complain or wait for the other person to do it, probably we will not be able to give our kids or grandkids what we are cherishing now. And at the same time, I'll say it again, I'm just trying to do, I wish I can do more, but this is my limit. And this is what I can do. This is coffee. I never thought I'll be in the business, but it's very interesting, and it helped me to see more than I seen before. And I will just do anything as much as I can to keep our planet as green as possible for years to come.